Hello and good evening. We are back here on Super Mater Brothers Podcasting, a live stream here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. As we have just finished watching the first episode of Survivor 49, titled Act 1 of a Horror Film. Which we're gonna get to the whole Act 2. I'm Dave Mater, and we have a great panel here. Once again, the crew is back. Well, some of us are absent. We'll get to those honorable mentions. But let's talk about everyone who's here right now. Coming in here first, we got Jaemeel Robinson. How are you tonight, Jaemeel?
Hello, everyone. It's good to be back podcasting, especially about Survivor. Let's not talk about other shows. They don't exist. AFP, Ashley all the way.
Well, yeah, we've been off from Big Brother for the whole. We didn't do it this year. I don't know if we would have survived the summer, Jaemeel. So maybe it was better this way. But we're back here with Survivor. Coming in here next, it is your beau, Jaemeel. It is Rebecca Lee, Bex herself. How are you tonight?
Hey, I'm good. Glad to be back. Can't wait to discuss tonight's episode.
Excited to talk to you about it as well. A 2-hour premiere here on Survivor 49. Excited to talk about this man next. It is Jason R. Phillips from Hey, Did You See This One? I'm just going to bury the lead. How are you tonight, Jason?
Hey, did you see this first episode of Survivor? It was pretty good. Off to the races. We'll see what's going on. The person that threw up went home. Spoilers. So.
Yes. Well, okay. Spoilers, of course. If you've not watched this premiere of Survivor 49, we get our first boot here, and it has been said it is Nicole who goes out first. Now, we're reacting to a lot here tonight. It's the whole cast. It's the whole premiere. It's all the new tribes. It is there. Of course, we're kind of skipping to the end here. Nicole, the first boot. We had our draft, Jaemeel and Becky off camera. Jason, you're not in our particular draft, but I'm.
Why is that? Is that because there's not enough people to go around, or?
Yeah, I think you would have to unite with somebody because we have 9 draft teams, and so yeah, like either I could combine with Jane or something of that sort to allow for it.
No, I figured you would have asked me 4 seasons ago when I started doing this with you guys. If you had room for me, I would hope.
It's just neat and tidy with 18 castaways, and we have 9 draft teams. In this case, Nicole was part of Team Jen. She was a late pick, number 16, so not necessarily a favorite here. Her tribe mate Alex also on Team Jen.
Dave, Nicole. What energy does Nicole give? Former person that we know,
like someone we know in real life.
Yes.
You mean, well,
goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper. Yes. From Detroit, perhaps.
Yep. Michigan.
Yes.
Strong.
I think we know who we're talking about. Yeah, there was some similar vibes there. I never saw that person throw up in this manner, but
from nerves.
From nerves. The bank fraud investigator here, Nicole. Becky, what was your reaction here to the premiere tonight? How are you feeling about this kickoff to the season?
It was interesting. There's a lot of really neat characters, I think, at play, and there's a lot of it'll be fun to see how things play out. We'll get to the teams and stuff for my favorite moments and my favorite people so far, but Nicole had some of that. She was the one that spit in the face of the other guy too.
Yeah,
the water.
Jeremiah.
Yes,
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, and he got the spit around his eyes, but he had mud in his eyes, I believe. So perhaps it was.
Yeah,
but like pour the water, like put your head back and I'll pour it in. But she's like, "How about this?"
But she is adding pressure, and so this is kind of a pressure wash, and so I could see the practicality of it. But I think it's something you need to clear maybe first and say, "Hey, I'm going to spit this in your eyes. Are you good with that?" And I might say yes. But I think you just want to hear that first.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
your favorites. Okay.
I do.
It's a bit of a pirate theme this year, everyone. Kind of going back to the Pearl Islands days, perhaps.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
You know,
With
I
the two
saw it as-
idols.
I saw it as more of a sinking ship theme,
a
Mm.
sinking ship. Okay, so
or like
Jason,
a ship
Interesting.
graveyard.
do you? Well, okay, I like a ghost ship. Do you feel like it was a good premiere tonight? Are you feeling enthused?
I liked it. I like the people so far. I thought that the character Jake Latimer from Alberta, the guy that they
Yes.
called Thor, the big jacked guy with the roid belly. So I've been saying for many years now, I need them to bring back models, and I'm a pretty cishet male, and I think we all know what I mean by that. But the monkey's paw curled, and we got that beefcake. So congratulations, women.
The thunder from down under reject.
Yeah,
Not even
yes.
Magic Mike. He's like a
No.
rung below.
He's
No, he's
Becky
No.
saying thumbs down here on.
She'll be able to
He's-
give better details about the quality of beefcake that is with the thunder from down under in a couple of weeks. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying he's no Joe. That's all.
Now we're talking about
fair.
Jake. Now
He's no
Jake,
Joe.
Jaemeel, Jake was first in our draft. He was taken by Daryl, of course.
Yeah.
Daryl, of course, he was going to take Jake.
Of
at
course.
number one.
But you
and
know,
Chris-
the pictures just don't do him justice.
do you think this picture makes him look better?
Yes.
Becky? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a glamour shots.
It's,
It looks better. I was distracted by his belly button tonight a lot.
Well, he looks like he cycled off of Tren about 100 times. So take
Yeah.
that with
Wait,
how you'll take it.
does Survivor does testing, right? That's how my dude got caught because he was coming off of his medication, his
Yes.
glycerin.
Years ago, yeah, Jameel's like pick got like pulled from the game, like
Oh,
you know,
no.
in
But
the
that
first
was because they
episode.
were trans, though, wasn't it? And if they
Yes.
It wasn't big. Was it related to that, or was
The
that
person
like,
was trans, but they were also recovering addict as well.
oh,
yeah,
because Jeff,
they
I
were-
remember Jeff being like, if you don't get your drugs, you could die,
Yeah, because
and
they
that
were- he was-
person was like, yeah,
he,
sorry,
he
yeah.
was on some like hardcore stuff he was coming off of, right?
no.
And it was like you can't like go through withdrawal on this island,
and they
play
weren't
this
yet.
game.
Like as I recall,
wow.
there was no direct. But they're like, when this kicks in, this could be very dangerous. And I think a lot of the insurance and like risk,
Fair.
management people were like,
Would
"No,
have
we
loved
need-"
to know that before I drafted him.
Yeah.
True.
I had a question about that for you. Did you guys have the people that got banned from the game when you did it, or did you do it after they announced this like new group?
What do you mean banned from the game?
So two
Two-
people were
Oh, the two
banned
alternates.
from the game because they were doing some illegal activity, trying to circumvent the game. So those two people were replaced. MC is one of the individuals, and so was I think Jason. Were the two
Mhm.
people who replaced the people who were trying to get into like fraudulent activity.
I
think
did hear about this, but
They were talking shop, like they were talking strategy on the boat on the way to the island, and you're not allowed to do that until Jeff is like, go on and play Survivor. You're not allowed to talk strategy. It's in the rules, like the actual rules of the game. So they kicked them off, and that's why Jason and KC, was that their names? They
JC
got
and MC.
called. Yeah, they got called the night before. That's why he was like,
Oh.
I'm an alternate. I was in my bed last night, and I got called here to play Survivor the next day.
Okay, and so yeah, that was not presented on the show whatsoever. I did
Not
hear
at
about
all.
this some time ago, but you would never know that. Other than Jason does talk about being the alternate. MC does not talk about that in this episode, at least.
MC's under the radar, so
yeah.
Well, she did jump off there and hit the gong and
Yeah.
win the challenge, and so in that way she's not.
She's kicking ass is her statement.
That's her
Matt.
being under the radar.
Yeah, whoever picked her must be like really smart.
Well, let's have a look at that team: Jaemeel and Becky.
Oh shit!
MC and Matt.
Yes,
Unfortunately, yeah, Matt.
Rage Against the Tribe.
Yes, Matt. Well, Matt is an interesting character in his own right. We need to get to Matt, and this is an all yellow tribe team here at number 6, number 13. Yeah. Feeling good about that. Are you feeling happy with your picks, Becky?
Yeah. It was good to hear. I started to watch the episode a bit later because I was in a staff meeting and stuff, but it was really good to hear that MC came out really strong and that Matt seems to be holding his own. So that is also awesome. And it seems like Matt really knows his way around the campsite, like he did the fire for them and everything. So I'm hoping they're going to stick around.
I don't see this
for a while.
I don't see that
they're a
tribe
strong
losing.
tribe.
I don't.
Yeah, they're strong. I like that. That's great.
Just looking up because typically every couple of years buy a new buff. So I was looking to say, okay, Team Yellow, because I have both members on Team Yellow. Team Yellow for Amazon Canada is the most expensive out of the 3 buffs.
Oh no!
Tariffs.
There's a $2 premium on that specific yellow buff.
Because they're that good.
Are the same price, $60. It's $60 for a buff. In Canada, it's $62.
Well, blue should be on sale after tonight's episode because they did not have a good night. This premiere was not good for the what are they known as? The blue are known as the Keeley tribe.
The Keeley tribe.
Did I get that right? Maybe we could start with them. Yeah, they lost their first member here tonight. 2 Canadians on this tribe, and some representation from the LGBTQ plus community as well.
See, I didn't even have to mention it, Bex.
Fun fact: old Latimer, Jake Latimer is actually from Regina, Saskatchewan. We did a little digging. He lied about being from Edmonton. So,
well, he says St. Albert on.
That's true too. It says St. Albert on this thing that I'm looking at,
which is kind of a suburb of Edmonton in a sense. Yes, and we did get a mention here tonight of the Leafs because the 2 Canadians on this tribe, being Matt and Jeremiah, saying, "Oh, well, you're from Toronto, you must be a Leafs fan." And I don't know how much of a Leafs fan Jeremiah is, but we could maybe find out if they're the core 4 here of the Keeley tribe.
The core 4. What's your rundown of that team? Of Jeremiah, Jake, Alex, Nicole, Annie, and Sophie.
Yeah, just bring up the quick picture.
They're the new team.
Yeah, this is not. They're a little dysfunctional. This team, I gotta say, I'm not feeling great about their chances for a Canadian winning this season as of right now. With these 2, I feel like this tribe. Just tonight, they lost both challenges, so I could be just feeling that right now. But I don't see them going that far. I think they might lose again next episode. We saw here that in the preview for the next episode, Annie is causing trouble. Maybe they're butting heads with her tribe mates. They could be very.
Jake's hiding shoes for no reason,
which is like
so
what?
Silly.
I guess he's going for a Russell vibe here, Jaemeel.
But Russell only did it one time. He did one thing once and then moved on to it. Right? There's no need to do if you keep doing it, it doesn't become oh shoot, I lost my shoe. It's someone is purposely losing my shoe. All right. And
I can see people getting really frustrated and really upset with that very fast. Like it's gonna get old so fast. And that might end up putting a bullseye on his back. The way when they find out who it is.
Well, I would hope so. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to backfire on him. There's not a lot of upside to this. He wants to cause chaos, but what is the upside exactly?
Psychological warfare in the worst kind.
Yeah, but this is your tribe, and you're talking about wanting to win, but then you're gonna vote. They vote on Nicole here because she's the weakest in challenges. Okay, fine, but if you want them to be strong, don't hide their shoes. I think that's just the first.
I will also argue: was she the weakest in challenges? Because they paired her up with Jeremiah, and that was not a winning formula for that particular part of the challenge.
No,
right?
Jeremiah,
and I don't think Jake would have done a lot better in the last puzzle either.
No, Jake was more the muscle of this team.
He's like,
and
"Can I punch it to the hole?" Like he looked like he was just standing behind, looking to punch something.
and
Right?
he does it
was
well. But yeah,
It's just weird.
anyway, so anything else on this blue? I don't know. The Blue Tribe. I feel like right now they didn't have a great night. Maybe they'll turn it around as they head into the next episode.
I have thoughts about each person. I'll be quick with it. So,
sure. Okay.
Jeremiah has the most annoying laugh.
What do you mean?
I think the third,
Jeremiah and Annie both have contagious laughter.
Christina from the other team, yellow team, also has a very annoying laugh. When she started cackling when she got into the island at the beginning of it, I was like, "What is that?" Right? We already talked about Jake. Alex looks like a mixed Skylar Austin. If you don't know who Skylar Austin is, he's an actor, singer. He was in Pitch Perfect. He looks like a grown-up version of Max Goof. All he needs is right. Let's see. Nicole is who we talked about. Annie is "Don't call me mom, but I'll take every other compliment that's associated with a mom-like figure. Just don't say the M word." Right? And then immediately, of course, Alex says grandma in his confessional. So that's
she's like sister, and he says grandma was at the same time. It's like, Jesus Christ, man.
Now Sophie has this voice and also the mannerisms. Is she trying to be like baby talk type of thing?
So we're talking about Sophie with not an E on the end. We're gonna have to
Sophie with the I.
I.
Just
because
the
she's
I.
like,
But the other Sophie has an I. She just has
I'm
an E.
Sophie. Like I'm like, what is this? This baby talk thing would just get on my nerves so quickly.
Yeah, who has? Okay, Sophie is part of team. Jeff's not here to defend his team, but this is not a strong team.
Jeff cannot defend his team whatsoever.
Yeah, even Jeremiah and Sophie with just the I.
I think we might see a lot of clean sweeps in terms of duos this season with contestants. I'm just thinking.
Can I? Well, okay, yeah. Is that all? That's completely on the Keeley tribe.
That's the Keeley tribe. I'll just leave her for that. The Keeley tribe.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about any of the other tribes next, the red or the yellow? Get into.
Doesn't red seem like the generic Survivor team?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the red tribe, the Yulee tribe, as presented tonight, consisting
Rizzo is the greatest of all time.
Rizzo,
Nate, Jawan, Sage, Savannah, and Shannon. There's a lot of height disparity in this tribe, I would say. So
Jawan crashed out because he couldn't make a fire. I thought that was pretty funny and entertaining. What's the girl's name next to him in that picture? Sage is a unhinged legend who I can't wait to see say more insane stuff. And Riz is great. And then the woman who's on TV, Savannah. I think she's going to be like a classic Survivor player
with the aggressive eyebrows.
Yeah, but the other two, Shannon is kind of whatever, and the dad character is kind of whatever.
Wait, Nate. No, Nate. So wait, Nate, whose personality traits consist of I'm a dad, and I used to work for Marvel. Right, or
produce movies. He's produced Black Panther. Like
I said to my wife, he's going to come onto his talking heads and he's going to have allegories based on every single friggin' Marvel movie for the whole season. And I'm not going to be able to handle it because he's produced 2 Marvel movies. Like, why did the producer say, okay, now relate this to the Avengers?
He's like, yes, I'm going to gather a team like the Avengers. And I'm
like, can't have 2 Captain Americas. It's like, shut up.
Riz is not Captain America.
No, but he's the best. He's Spider-Man.
Riz God is taller than I thought he would be, though.
Okay, but how fun was the moment tonight with Rizzo where he defeats Jake in this challenge?
No, Alex.
Alex, sorry.
Yeah.
It was
I
Alex.
couldn't believe it. I could not believe it.
Yeah.
I'm like, just keep digging, dude. You are in the right place. Just keep digging.
Right. But, you're out ahead on the challenge and you think you got this great lead and this guy's out of it. He's copying your puzzle. He doesn't even know he doesn't even have all his puzzle pieces. He's going forever. He deserves to lose more than anyone ever deserved to lose a challenge and somehow comes back for the win. And you can't help but cheer for it. Like, he was so proud of himself. He got emotional.
Started crying. He's a terrible crier, too.
I was going to say he was trying to cry. He wasn't crying. He was like, I'm going to try to push these crocodile tears out as hard as possible to get my Survivor cry moment. I'm curious to see if that kind of luck will follow him around in this game. But if it doesn't, I think he's going to just fall on his face. Like, who's the guy that got voted out first, but kind of stick around in the lore from a couple seasons ago where
Jelinski.
Yeah, he seems like could be a Jelinski situation. He just
so you say he doesn't get past several episodes?
Yeah.
He's memorable in that way.
30 several.
Hashtag justice for Jess.
Yeah, everyone in this red tribe, I think that their color is well suited to them because I think they're all very intense.
Yeah.
They all seem very driven people.
Janet, the yogi who is like, I'm going to base a lot of my decisions on mystical forces in the world. I'm like,
are you talking about Shannon?
Isn't it Janet?
Yeah.
It's
not Shannon.
I'm going to call her Janet. Okay?
Shannon Fairweather.
I'm going to call her Janet. I get one person every season where I mess up their name. I'm staking my claim.
Perfect.
You got the one we're missing tonight, Josh Foster's draft pick in Shannon.
And Jason, who looks like he's wearing a wig.
The hair.
I assumed he was.
Jason's hair.
Yeah.
Like, I have a question about Shannon for you guys. Did she not say, like, she's like a spiritual weirdo woo-woo person, but didn't she say she's not really like a trained like
spiritual
yogi?
Person?
She like does it at tailgate parties. Did I mishear that?
No, you heard it right. You heard it right.
She just goes to tailgate parties and does this like yogi stuff to like get people psyched about, I guess, the sports games that they're at. And she's got everybody tricked hook, line, and sinker here because they're all sitting on the beach at that point doing actual yoga or actual meditation. But it doesn't look like she knows what she's doing.
Like Lamaze class or something. Where's she from?
It seemed crazy.
Where's she from?
Where's Janet from?
Boston.
So Patriot games, tailgate parties. They're
it's all about the Pats.
Yeah.
And what she's doing down there. Yeah, it was an interesting thing. Okay, and Sage is the one here I can't quite get a read on in this tribe. I haven't quite figured her out yet. Who has Sage in the draft?
She has no filter, and she talked about pooping in the water, and she likes Roblox.
Oh, she was the one who pooped. She pooped on the off the side of the boat. Is that what happened?
She peed 3 times on the boat on the way there, and then she was talking about an aqua dump later, and then she was talking about Roblox later after that.
Now that did not get her disqualified, unlike the other contestants who were talking strategy on the boat. Pooping off the side of the boat is allowed. It's permitted.
Yes.
Although perhaps a little embarrassing.
Let that marinate for a sec.
How fast was the boat going when this occurred?
I don't know, but when they showed it from underneath, I thought they were on jet skis. I was like, why are they on jet skis this year?
Did she just pee off the side of the boat, or did she poop off the side?
She peed off the side of the boat, but she was pooping in the water, I'm pretty sure, while she was standing in a circle. She said, I like poop. There's a clear moment where it said it on my screen. It was terrible.
It was with the closed captions.
Yeah.
In case you missed that, everyone, it's on screen. And you can get there. Yeah, she's an interesting one. Okay, and then Sean, who also drafted Jawan. Jawan was a very I don't know what to make of this guy either. Like he seems kind of grumpy. Like he seems a little.
I've been practicing for a year. It didn't work. And then he goes and pouts on the side.
Full crash out. Yeah, crying over it. Like, just take a breath and try again, man.
Yeah, he's 28 from Los Angeles. He's kind of a wild card for me right now.
3 years older than Rizgod.
Than Riz God, who feels much younger than that, actually.
Yeah, that guy's not 25 mentally.
Yeah, my wife Jane drafted also 2 members of this red tribe, Rizzo and Nate, and at 7 and 12 respectively. Now she always wants 2 people from the same tribe. So Nate was all the reds were gone, so she by default took Nate. And that's how this team came to form here. But I don't know, like they could. I feel good. I feel better about the red tribe than the blue tribe, I guess, in terms of all these people's chance of winning it. I feel like all the blue. Now, somebody from the blue tribe will make it to final 3 or something probably, but I don't know. Just in terms of, if I had to feel like who has the best chance of being the winner right now, I feel much better about being a member of the red tribe. But I will also maybe segue there and say, let's talk about the yellow tribe, because I feel like they had the best night. They had the best premiere. They're coming to the competitions, vibing with each other. What's their tribe name? Hinu? Or
Hina.
Hina. This tribe consisting of Jason, Christina, Matt, MC, Sophie, and Steven. So MC and Jason were substituted here. They're both alternates coming in here because it was 2 members of this tribe, who were disqualified in their place. I wonder what they were like. We'll never
Not
know.
as good as MC and
We'll never know.
Yeah, I found Jason in particular very endearing in this premiere. I thought like him like saying like, "What? Oh, he's talking to me." Like I was not expecting to be here. Where I guess just if you're going through that casting process and where your headspace would be and mentally preparing to be on the show, and what it's gonna be like that first day I'm on the beach there with Jeff. And I'm sure if you're an alternate, you probably have some version of that in your head, but you're kind of not expecting for it not to happen. You're kind of saying, well, I'll be watching all the people who did go, and then I'll be hoping the next time in the casting process I'll be considered a primary. So it was kind of nice to see him in this, just on that moment there on the beach. Jaemeel, as far as you know, were these 2 alternates, or I guess the pre-alternates, the people that were disqualified, was it like on when they were actually coming in for the original, like, you're on the beach now, or was this
I think even before? I think it's the day before when they were getting to like the pre-loadout.
Right.
So that's when they broke the rules.
And in the casting process, you're never allowed to talk to the other people. You're supposed to be very silent with them.
You're in like sequester, so even though you guys are occupying the same space, you're supposed to not really communicate, right? So you see people, right?
Can
but
you
you're not
make
supposed to
like
engage.
eye signals?
Look,
Oh, okay. I thought it was on the boat on the way, and they had to redo the boat sequence.
Well,
That's what I was asking, but
I don't know
Jaemeel says
exactly.
He doesn't think so. He thinks because for a couple days they're all together and they're just not allowed to talk to. Even like when they were taking all these pictures and everything, they're together, right? And they're not wearing the clothes that they're wearing.
Okay.
Or here we look at this picture. Like when they took this picture, this is before they're wearing the clothes that they're going to wear for the season, right? And so it's
They don't even have their tribes like colors.
They don't have their buffs yet. They seem to all be wearing the colors that they'll eventually be.
Well, Jawan has the overalls on, so maybe this is what they were wearing when they went.
So what ends up happening, and Jason kind of mentioned it. Jason goes, you're packing colors, right? So you have a set of like clothes for a specific tribe. So there's red, blue, and yellow. So you have a whole set of blue clothes, yellow clothes, or red clothes. Okay. Minus Nicole, who had green for whatever reason, right? And she was wearing it during tribal. Nicole had green.
Nicole from green.
She had a green, bright green shirt on.
It was weird. Anyways, so Jason found out, I had to pack all my yellow stuff because I was with the yellow tribe. Like he because he only had one day to put it all together. Right, because you come in with all these clothes and then you find out. what tribe
Yes.
you're on. That's why they all traditionally wear like the right color when they start.
I'm curious about how many alternates they take with them because,
He
or if
says
they
he was the
fly
male.
out.
He was the male alternate.
So they what if a
Hmm.
third person got disqualified? Would they have to like red eye somebody to Fiji from the United States, which is like
Perhaps
14, or
not.
get
Jeff
somebody,
pulls up his
Jeff,
pants.
yeah, or
I'm in
get
the
somebody
game.
from Fiji. The first ever Fijian player, because
I wa-
9 people got disqualified.
I wonder how much of a message does this send to future casts? Like, don't f around and find out.
hope.
Well,
Follow
it's
the
going to be
rules.
what? It's going to be a year and change before that happens because we have a returning
True.
season, and then it's going to be 51.
Would they disqualify like Sari if she was talking to somebody on the boat?
Sheree knows better. She's been through this. She's like, "Don't talk to me."
Yeah,
Sari
Unless
would
it's-
probably be fine.
Yeah.
But like, would they? I guess disqualify any kind of like high profile player like
Colton.
like any of the
If
Colton.
Colton, they'll have like an extra backup just for him, just in case.
They didn't like him. I mean, like someone they like a Boston Rob. Are they gonna disqualify Boston Rob?
what I imagine has happened is the alternates for the celebrity players. There's like a couple other celebrity players with them ready to go.
Right, just in case somebody has a family emergency or
Yeah.
who
Shane
knows?
Powers just shows up. He's like, I've been waiting forever for this.
I wonder who the like you're not quite we don't quite want you on the show, but in case we need to have a returning player come out of nowhere, like I bet you like there was somebody on this like announced for Survivor 50. I think it's Chrissy, and I was like, how did Chrissy get on this cast? Like it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like she was not even big in her season.
Saul wasn't casted for 50, isn't? I don't think Saul's coming back.
Who?
Saul.
Saul.
You love Saul.
I love Saul.
Oh my gosh, Dave.
I-
Look up
I would-
Saul and you'd be like, oh yes, Saul.
Survivor
You
Saul.
Survivor 47 Saul.
Hmm.
I forget these casts so fast.
You come on, you know Saul.
You mean
to
Saul?
that point,
Oh, he was
yeah.
my draft
Oh,
pick. Yeah.
River
Yes. Oh, Saul. You know
Oh,
Saul.
I know Saul. We might still have a video of Saul somewhere. Like, what the hell? You know?
Saul.
I think he was on
Survivor.
Bite a pie.
Oh, yes.
That's how you eat a pie on Survivor right there.
Saul was good.
That was Saul.
It's in Survivor while Survivor's happening, but the second is over, it just leaves.
Sorry.
I do remember Saul though.
Yeah.
You know,
I remember
Saul.
my draft pick because Annie reminded me of my draft pick from season 47, Sue. Old Sue.
So I have a note about Steven. He's
Steven.
like people have called me the Timu Ryan Reynolds, and I'm like, this guy looks nothing or sounds nothing like Ryan Reynolds. He actually looks exactly like the guy who plays Vigilante on Peacemaker, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can go
Yes.
with that. Like he reminds me of some actor from when we were kids or something. Like I can't quite place him, but
to me, he looked like the Timu Broadway version of Ethan Hawke.
Okay.
But what's his name? Stroma, blah 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 Stroma, who plays Vigilante. Yes, I can absolutely see it.
yeah, I was getting like discount ginger vibes. You know, I guess it's like not quite ginger, but it's kind of like you know, probably got a red-haired grandparent or something, and
Jesus.
it's just you know got the freckles and the kind of the small kid and
Dave, I also have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
What's with production not giving important information about all these characters? There was no mention. I didn't think I read it in his bio that he was used as a hearing aid.
yeah, I didn't know about that at all
That was a
either.
reveal.
I didn't watch all the press or materials I could have, but yeah, well, Steven looks like a. What did she say tonight? I can't remember, but you know, anyway, he's my pick, and yeah, he has hearing aids. He had that issue for a long time, didn't know about it, but he seemed to be fitting in pretty well tonight on the Hina tribe. Everyone was fitting in. Everyone was vibing well, seemingly. Although he seemed a bit paranoid. He was trying to team up with Matt, and Matt
Rage Against the Tribe, yes.
Rage Against the Tribe. Matt, what didn't Matt know about? Matt didn't know about gaming. Matt was trying to talk to Steven about gaming tonight.
I think
And
Nintendo is going to sue for the mention of
yes, this
the
so
Smash Brothers
it was Project
Project
M.
M.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Is
I
that
knew about Project M.
is that a
I knew about it
secret?
as well.
Well, it's like a mod. It's a modded version of an emulated Super Smash game, which makes it play more like Melee. Even though I think it's Brawl, but
It's
it plays
Brawl made to play like
like
Melee. Yeah.
Melee. Yes. So there's a competitive scene because like Melee is considered one of the most important games. It really shot off like the gaming. Uh, platform of Super
It
Smash
was
Brothers.
specifically used as the competitive version of Smash Brothers. I think until like the Switch version, because it had it was so bare bones that you could actually like you couldn't cheese it as bad as you can Brawl.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But my
yeah.
question here, I guess, is why would that be a lawsuit?
Because Nintendo is very strict about its copyright and how its games are played competitively. So
Mhm.
you cannot have a gaming tournament with Nintendo games without Nintendo's explicit permission. That's one. Two, any type of emulation that, especially if money is exchanged, Nintendo fights it with the fury of a billion suns, right? And will not just like take your livelihood, but also take your family's livelihood in the process. They do not joke about that at all.
So I think the idea is the mere mention of it on broadcast network television could have
Woo.
some sort of legal ramifications for Survivor, CBS, and potentially even the makers of the mod, who have probably dealt with some sort of litigation at this point. I'm not sure what's happened with that, but I do know that people don't talk about Project M.
Yeah, you don't talk about it publicly like that,
Yeah,
Wow.
right?
I feel like Matt right now. I was like, I had no idea that this was such a thing. But
Well, the funny thing about Jason also, his favorite player,
Jason,
um, Jason, he's the one who plays Project M,
no,
right?
not me. Jason and the
Jason
Survivor.
from-
This is
yeah,
gonna
oh,
be very
Jason, yeah.
confusing.
Yes.
yes, Jason.
Jason's favorite Survivor player is Kenny from Gabon, who was known as one of the best melee players, right? And even had a move in a competitive move that people used in the gaming scene based on his name. He was the one who got tricked by the eventual winner because he said that he was going to give him an idol and he didn't. He was the competitive gamer. Kenny, I believe his name is.
Ken Hong.
Yeah,
Kenny Hong.
he was considered the best melee player from like 2004 to 2008, I think.
Oh wow. Okay, so there's and when was that season? Gabon. That was way back, right?
Season, Corinne.
17, season
Yes.
17.
Oh wow, Corinne.
That is a season. If you have not seen that season, folks, you should watch that season. Even watch the clips of that season. That is the very definition of a crash out season.
2008.
Yes.
That's about when I started watching like every season, like around 17, 18. That's when my lineage begins. I remember Corinne.
Like, oh man, I was just looking at this cast here. Like, look at this cast from
Olympic sprinter who just came off winning a medal at the Olympics, sucked at challenges. Eventually, after Survivor, gets her medals removed because she was doping.
Like, look
Oh
at
my
this.
God.
Weren't these the days? Like, look at them all in the suits and look like they were, like plane crashes. Well, maybe
Holy
not Canada.
shit.
Yeah, this is also the season that also had the two oldest people do pick the tribes as well. It's such a
Right.
terrible season.
Oh, I remember this
Where-
guy. Was this Randy or whatever? And he was
Yeah,
like
Ra-
always.
Was
Yeah,
that
Red-
Eden? Was that Africa's Last Eden or whatever?
No, it's Gabon.
Gabon. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Gabon.
There's
Wow.
Sugar or Candy or whatever her
Yeah,
name is.
sugar.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh, this is a great season. Just
Oh,
watch
yeah,
the
well,
clips, folks.
just watch the clips.
I know we should be talking about 49, but Gabon is just like
Well, since you brought it up, and then I looked at the photo, and I was like, "Wow, I hadn't thought of this in a while." And takes you really back to the old days. And
this is
when
where
Sur-
Jeff would rant a little bit.
he was
about
like, "It was so
casting.
much better," but it was 2008, and I was Knight, or how old had he been back then? Like 18, something like that, 17.
Yeah.
So, Becky, are you still with us? No.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm back. I had to get my cord for my computer's dying, so we're good. I found it.
So
yeah.
So I wanted to get to. So who was your favorite player tonight on the episode, and who did you enjoy?
Favorite character tonight. Probably. One of our picks.
Matt or MC? Yeah.
Matt.
Rage
is
Against the
probably my
Tribe.
He looks like Jonathan Davis now.
From what I read in his bio, he was a guy who worked in like corporate America or something like that, and then he quit and he became like a baggage handler at the airport because he's like, I just want to do something more simple and manual and like. And I can.
He referred to it as a bag thrower.
Wait, look. We were debating on who to pick for our second choice, and when I saw those pictures of him in his baggage handling gear and those calves, I'm like, this man is going to carry. And then the first challenge where he's holding the boxes, I'm like, yes, he's gonna crush this.
He lifted one up over his. He struggled with it for a second, but then the next shot was him just running with it up like this. That was crazy.
Yeah, I love this guy.
Yeah. And he said he's a Boy Scout too, and he like got the fire started like no problem. Like, all right, yeah.
Chill, Matt.
That's awesome.
Did you have a least favorite player tonight, or someone that like I guess Nicole maybe since she's out of it, but
yeah, well, no, she was. I don't know, maybe Jake, the muscle man there, the big dude.
Come on, he's distracting to look at, and not that smart, but
No, he's just like his personality is like super annoying.
Yeah.
The hiding the shoes thing just gets so old so fast.
So, Becky, quick question. Do you think Jeremiah and Jake would ever cross paths with each other? Because that's what they were like. Jeremiah's like, I don't think we would ever cross paths with each other.
What do you mean
like,
ever? Like,
that's what he said.
It seems seems plausible they could like. In some situations, like maybe they walk into the same washroom. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying anything happens.
It seems
there.
so weird that he said that, though.
It was weird, yeah.
Well, I guess I get that they come from different social circles or whatever, but
they would cross paths when Jeremiah goes to Thunder Down Under and to see the boys take off their clothes. That's a clear way they would cross paths.
What about the whole thing with Jake tonight? His father is going blind. This is the last time he'll get to he's going to watch his son on Survivor, but he's also skipping the birth of his son, who will his wife said go and win the money, and so he better win the money.
But his son could see him on video. His father won't.
Jake has all of the Survivor things. Every Survivor player now has a thing. He's got all of them. Nobody else mentioned any of their things. So.
I need to hear him running up a hill and him his brother. Something along those lines. Learning
John. You know how John, my boy Jonathan from season 42 or whatever. He was the best.
So, also throughout this season, we're going to constantly question who are the two people that are going on 50, right? And then from this first episode, I'm thinking...
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I'm thinking, are they going to pick Jake so he can go against Jonathan? So they have Jake and Jonathan on two different tribes, right? Maybe.
I can say for sure it won't be Nicole. That's the only certainty I can have so far. But I don't know. I guess it's too early to say, right?
I think every episode we should say who our choices are.
And we'll see if the stock goes up or down.
Yes.
And, who is the
pick. Dave, who are your two people that you think?
Well, I think it's going to be my team. I think it's going to be Steven and Savannah. They're going all the way.
Okay. Jason?
Rizzo and Matt.
Rizzo and Matt.
They're the most character-y characters so far.
Rizzo and Matt. Bex? Two people.
I'm gonna
Going to
stick with our
50.
two people. They're going to
Yeah.
50.
MC and Matt. I'm picking. I think it's going to be Matt, and I think it's going to be. I'm going to say Savannah.
Okay.
Matt and Savannah. Okay, so Jason, who did you say? I'm sorry.
I said Rizzo and Matt, but I was thinking Savannah as well, but I think that Matt might go far and then be a fan favorite style person that gets pushed through.
Okay, so three of us said Matt. Two of us
Savannah's
said,
a good guess though, I would say.
Two of us said
Savannah
Savannah.
is a good guess. Yeah.
And then Rizzo and MC and Steven.
I don't think Rizzo's coming back for next season. I think he's going to come back for another season down the line where he's going to be more featured.
Like we haven't.
He's young.
When was the last time we had a returning player on Survivor? Was it 40? Was it Winners at War?
No, it wasn't. It was what's his name who dunked his head on the wood.
Yeah.
And then came back the next season.
Oh, Bruce or whatever.
Yeah, Bruce.
How did you guys feel watching that game where everybody was diving at the
I was thinking
crossbar?
about Bruce tonight.
Yeah, every time me and my wife looked at each other and grimaced like, ugh, because that was
Jake,
so brutal.
Jake was he was going so hard into that mud pit. I was like, dude, like, you know, you're gonna bust your head open. Like that would be my safety speech. Like, you know, like, hey, you think you're all tough or whatever? You can bust your head open like anyone. Remember Bruce? Like, you know, you give yourself neurological damage. Watch out. Don't go crazy. Like, don't hurt yourself.
And he didn't have many brain cells to give up on that head injury.
Damn.
No, yeah, he doesn't have them to spare. Like, it's not like they grow on trees or he's gonna grow new ones. He's got to be more responsible than this. Yeah, he was interesting tonight. But Becky, I want to come back to okay, would you give him the permission to go? Hey, go with Survivor. Don't stay here for the birth of the son. It's all good. It doesn't matter if it's their first child or not.
I mean, it's, you have a chance to win $1 million, right?
Like, you better win that money.
Well, after taxes and stuff, I guess it's a little bit less than that.
Right. But it's a life-changing amount of money.
Yeah. It could benefit your chances. And it's only like a month.
Mm-hmm. And the baby doesn't know it's a baby. Like, it's not going to know the dad's not there. So it's really up to the mom.
For the rest of the life, the baby's like, you left me. You weren't there when I was born. It's like,
what was it like, Dad, when I was born? Well, I was in Fiji, son, trying to win $1 million. So. And
I'm sure she probably has help and support and all that. And besides some healthy resentment that he might.
At the very least, she's got Canadian health care. She didn't have to pay an arm and a leg for the delivery. So at least
she might just hold it over his head for a while. But I'm
That's
sure
some good ammo. That's some good ammo.
Right, and he might say, "Okay, you can hold this over my head for the rest of the time." And she was like, "Deal."
But if he wins, then it's kind of was
right,
it
but
worth
is
it?
Jake winning? Is Jake winning?
I don't know, at this point, no. But
for him to win, yeah, sure. If he gets down to the end and then he wins a whole bunch of immunity challenges at the right time and he wins the respect of the jury, I could see it. There's that kind of story can happen. Especially if they're trying to get him out and they can't get him out.
Yeah.
And then that tends to win a lot of respect. So it's possible. But
we're making a lot of guesses and assumptions based off 4 days in Survivor, and we've all watched 50 seasons of Survivor, and that's 200 seasons of Survivor combined. We should know better than to be talking like this.
Well, we all remember the moments from tonight, who they showed us, and you would presume, I would presume that who the winner is going to be would have been featured in the premiere, right? That would make sense.
You're saying MC is not going to win?
Well, there were certain players that we barely saw in the episode, or I barely kind of registered.
Second Sophie. Sophie with an E. Sophie with an E.
Sophie with an E. I couldn't even tell you anything about Sophie with an E or an I. No, an E.
E.
She was there, but she didn't.
Yeah, she was there. I was still trying to get Savannah. No, was it Shannon, or was it Sage? Sage. I was trying. She was the peer, or whatever. Now I know.
Back before
but
I played like Fantasy Survivor or analyzed it for a podcast and that kind of stuff, there would be characters, and this is kind of what you're describing, Dave, like that would show up a few episodes in, and you're like, who is this person?
right.
But now that I do this stuff, like I kind of have a beat on everybody. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like I don't know anything about a lot of these people, and if I hadn't done any research or thought about it for more than just like watching it, then yeah, you end up in that situation.
Like Christina, I guess, is an example. She was
Yeah.
in the episode a bit, but like she was very
Second worst laugh. Second worst.
Like that's like if you want to have the worst laugh if you're going to have a bad laugh.
So Jeremiah, Christina, and then Annie.
Right. I feel like Jeremiah, like, we said, like, who are the two we think could be going all the way? I could see Jeremiah, if he goes deep in this season, I could see him being somebody that's for 50. He's such a big character. He's such a fish out of water kind of a character, and I think Jeff loves that. He'll be like,
Yeah.
Looking for a new Suri.
You're the metrosexual Suri from Toronto. So it's kind of like,
but that character archetype typically is like a vote decider or the friend of somebody that goes far. So it would be great to see somebody from Toronto actually win Survivor. That'd be cool.
right. Like
Niagara Falls isn't good enough.
No.
Niagara Falls is not good enough. No.
What? She smashed the hourglass and changed the history of her season.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
right.
Changed the
I
destiny of
know.
her season.
Now he knows I'm going to get that. But and then there was Marianne, who was from Ajax. What's
Ajax.
better, Niagara Falls or Ajax?
Niagara Falls.
Ajax is closer, isn't
Niagara
it?
Falls, though.
Niagara Falls is better.
Yeah, tourist trap. Niagara Falls over Ajax,
Meth?
which is
Ajax is not a tourist trap.
Yeah.
You can count on that.
Methamphetamine.
Ajax is nuclear fallout, not nuclear, nuclear fallout area.
Yeah, it's like
You're not Oshawa.
just far enough away that you'll not die right away, but close enough that you're definitely dying.
I smashed the hourglass and I changed the course of history.
There you go, Jaemeel. For
There you
Erica.
go.
The first Canadian winner of Survivor.
Yep.
Ever. And, will Jeremiah or even Buddy there, what's his name? Jake, win this year? We'll see. It's nice to have two Canadians on the show, and that they
Is that a
kind of
first? That's a
acknowledge
first,
their
right?
Canadianism.
No, we've had
It's
two
not-
Canadians.
No, when Marianne won, there was also Omar.
Omar.
And they were like
Oh,
on the
okay.
same tribe. They love to when they do have two Canadians. I find they tend to put them on the same tribe together twice now, instead of splitting them up.
Jake sounds like he's from Alberta. That's something we noticed. He sounds like the Alberta boy. Probably
Right.
got
Alberta
some
beef.
bad politics.
He's kind of like the stereotypical Alberta guy, is
Yeah.
what I would think of him as.
Does he eat
And
bird or beef though?
Definitely. Like he's
Probably.
all the like whatever you think he is doing that. Probably.
How does he make his steak? Does he like a couple shakes of salt, pepper?
I think he
flip on to the
sears
side
it very
90
quickly.
seconds?
He's one
Round the
like
hash?
he's a little bit more civilized than the Liver King. I think this guy. I think that's
Okay.
kind of the vibe I'm getting from Jake so far.
But I feel like people from Alberta who are like that, like well done steaks, though, if you know what I mean. He might be on the other side of it. That's because he seems kind of a dummy.
I would just say that if he was more Alex than Jake, I would just say because
Alex
I
is
know-
definitely the brains of those two.
Yeah, of the bromance.
Yes.
Of that bromance. Now, and it was interesting tonight that conversation with Jake and Jeremiah, where he's like, Jeremiah's like, well, no one would ever suspect that we're working together, with a gay guy. He's like, yeah, I don't even care that you're gay. Let's do it. Let's go together. And then he was like, earlier in the night, he's talking about him and what's his name? Alex, right?
Yeah.
Where he's like, well, yeah, we're together like this. I'm not like that, but I'm going like that.
And then they hold hands and skip into the forest together.
Yeah, like that was very funny.
Oh,
And then he-
And then
but,
Nicole
like-
and Jeremiah clock it too. It's like when you see two bears together.
Right? Because I was really enjoying, like, you cannot like his laugh or anything, but I think I was kind of enjoying Jeremiah in his confessionals. So he's saying, like, he doesn't think I'm a threat yet, but I am, and he's kind of doing the whole thing.
I personally like sassy archetype on Survivor. They're always shit disturbers.
Yeah.
Last
like,
season's went home way too fast because he was disturbing way too hard.
Yeah.
But I wanted more
everyone
of it.
in like his personal life I saw from his press were like astounded that Jeremiah was going to be on Survivor, because it's like the last person you would ever expect to go on a show like this. But here we are, right? So,
Yeah.
okay. Well, yeah. Like anybody else's favorites from tonight, other favorite moments, like the challenges. I guess we can do. That's normally a Foster thing. We don't have Foster here, but
All
for
I
me,
wanted to say really about the challenges was it was nice to have an opening challenge that felt familiar but was different enough.
Yeah.
It felt familiar. It was kind of like they did like a straight up Survivor style game for the first part instead of like go pick as much stuff up as you can for your, which I do actually miss. I really missed that season where they were on a pirate ship and they had to like gather as much stuff as possible to get back to their, like, I like
swim
that.
back with it. Yeah,
But I know Jeff likes games. Like I know Jeff really likes straight up games, and I liked in the later challenge at the end of the episode where they had to like go down that path to get the snake. So it felt like the arena. I kind of liked that difference. The rest of the game felt pretty familiar, pretty samey, but I thought the games were fun to watch tonight.
I guess there's two arguments to be made, right? Like, do we want more twists? Do we want more of these things where they're like, well, you're going to have to go to Exile Island, and then there's going to be a choice. Do you lose your vote, or do you get this? Like, this episode had none of that tonight. It
didn't need it.
There was barely any talk about idols, other than I think it was Annie was going off on her own, perhaps, and that was stirring paranoia. But I'm not even sure if Annie was looking for the idols. We were given no direct.
She kind of glanced around. That was the extent of it.
Yeah.
But everyone's looking around, you got to imagine that you can make the edit look like that. I think that there was not much talk about losing votes and stealing things or whatever. It was like, okay, we're sending two people off to, for the whoever didn't win the opening challenge outright.
My prediction is that season 50, they've been programming us for a while to have these all-stars play the most bare bones, straightforward game of Survivor. So they're actually out of their element. They're used to all these weird changes and challenges. And this season might actually be the most straightforward Survivor based on these opening games. There wasn't really any twists to be had except for like two people going, but that always happens. They always send two people from the losing tribes to go have one ultimate loser and one second place.
Outside of talking about either Annie or Nicole feeling comfortable, no mention of Sean in the Dark either.
Yeah, that's a good point. That'd be interesting if they got rid of that. So you get voted out and that's it. And then
I think it's still in the game. They showed like the cup and putting the dice in during the intro promo. So I think it will come up, but like this first episode, they just want to focus on the characters and the gameplay, and that was really it.
Yeah, and I think it was successful. I think that they gave us a decent episode, a decent premiere. I wasn't distracted. I wasn't going, why? Just like let them play, let them get to know each other. Let's see these three tribes. If you're going to do a 2-hour premiere, this was a pretty good version of one. We get one vote out at the end. We kind of mostly got to know all 18 of these people to varying degrees, but some of them a lot more than the others. And and I think we got a decent vibe on things. So maybe we can look at, well, I don't know, like let's eulogize Nicole quickly. Why didn't it work out for Nicole here? What was her why did she lose here, Jaemeel?
Because she was paired with Jeremiah during that challenge, and she was in pole position for both puzzles. So if you're not going to be successful in puzzles and you suck during the middle challenge and you don't make enough headway in terms of relationships, you're dead on arrival, especially when you are a person of girth, right? And running isn't going to be your strong suit.
But okay, but okay, her one skill should be that the fact that she's like this bank fraud investigator and that she can detect if people are going to vote her out. Therefore, she plays the shot in the dark.
There was another thing you didn't touch on though, Jaemeel. She literally just drew the short end of the stick with the other four of the other people being together and just being like, we're going to vote for her. The edit made it. They did that thing where they were like, "Oh, it could be this other person," but literally, it was like these people were together, decided to vote for Nicole because they didn't want to get voted out, and that is that. In addition
it was between
to
Nicole and Annie, and
Yeah.
the only reason why they didn't pick Annie was because Annie is smaller, right? Smaller, so she can run, right? Because she's
Okay.
obviously weaker, right? It was zero sum when it came to puzzles, right?
Yeah.
Because neither of them seemed to shown any aptitude of it. So,
and
what's
Alex
gonna-
had sway too, and Alex and Annie sort of had a bit of an alliance thing going too. So
yes,
It could have also just been that she spit in someone's face, like it's like,
and
Could be.
puked.
and then vomited everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, it could have been that. It
The
might
perfect
not,
storm.
but you know,
Yeah, that could be the case.
because
She was.
let's be fair, Dave. If you were on the same team as Nicole and you were like a fly in the wall to that sequence, and you see her spit in someone's face, you're like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, maybe not. Like it could be a lot of
She could have,
things.
like-
Maybe all the above.
Maybe.
yeah, a cold, and then you know,
Oh Lord,
she's just like I'm just saying, like she could have had a cold, and then she spits in their face.
Some people wouldn't like that. Like to varying degrees.
The vomiting everywhere, like man, get yourself together,
Thankfully, it was in
vomiting.
that order. Thankfully, it was the spitting, then the vomit, not vice versa. 'Cause
right?
That would have
So it
been
was the other way
rancid.
around.
Oh,
Well, let's just have a quick look here
Like,
at Nicole's little exit interview and see if there's any final things we can come away with her on.
They got me. They got me. That was a true blindside. So numbers don't lie, but people do is absolutely true. I felt like I was on the right side of the numbers with the majority, but they were good liars. They kicked it into high gear, and I just completely missed it. My family is gonna die at this. They're gonna laugh hysterically. I'm about to be the butt of every joke. That's all I have.
Okay.
Nicole with a K?
No, yeah, but that's what I was gonna say. Do they not know how to spell their names? Because we have so many variations of like it was Nick and Nicole. Like
I've heard that them joke in the past on like other tribes would say I'm not going to tell you how to spell my name because I don't want you to ever write it down and like therefore some people. But I don't know any Nicole who spells it Nickole. Like that's quite unique. I've seen Nichole. That's
So
It's
what
literally
happens?
spelled Nicole like the way you spell Nicole.
Yeah. So what happens when Sophie and Sophie are there? Do like Sophie
Right.
with the E?
well, the thing is, because they're last,
Double
like,
E.
normally when you have two people with the same first name, you go with like their first initial. So you would imagine that Sophie with an E would be Sophie S and Sophie without would be Sophie B. But they're not doing that because technically they don't have the same first name. They have two different, like it's phonetically the same, but it is technically spelled differently.
Well, Jeff did tweet that this season was bananas bonkers, so maybe that's the bonkers thing at a tribal in 7 episodes.
Well, what happens if
That's a joke.
they get down to the final 2 or 3 and then there's a dispute on which Sophie am I voting to win, right? And
I
they
have
get all
shown
mixed
hands
up.
who votes for this person.
who spelled it with an E and who didn't, and that is the great scandal of Survivor 49.
And then they both go to Survivor 50 because it's unclear.
it's just too much.
Well, we brought both Sophies out. We are now calling them
happens
Sophie
again.
S and Sophie B. That was our problem in 49. We didn't think about that. So,
Or we
could
call
that
it Yellow
happen?
Sophie and Blue Sophie.
Like, is that
No.
even? Is it no? Right, the two. Yeah, Blue Sophie and Yellow.
And Yellow Sophie.
But if they merge or whatever, like those buffs get changed.
But is it possible, Jaemeel, that they could get to the end and Jeff, for some reason, doesn't think to give this disclaimer? Like, you need to be clear which Sophie you're voting for.
I've never wanted something to happen more in any TV show in the history of broadcast television or film, for that matter.
Someone starts calling yellow Sophie purple Kelly instead.
Yeah, and then that's even more confusing, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be the great scandal here of 49. The 49ers.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's
Niners.
Nicole. Nicole's gone.
What's happening
see you
next
never.
week?
Next week, let's have a look.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the sheep, Danville. Next time on Survivor. This is an interesting turn on day 5.
I love it.
I'm gonna have to go to war with these people.
Oh, piss me off.
I'm the puppet master.
She with Karen.
Ooh.
I said,
How much
are
do
we-
you want to bet none of those things happen the way I've been burned by those friggin' things too many times at this point to believe any of that stuff actually happens in the next episode?
So someone from red team gets voted out. That's what happens because all the drama is supposed to be between yellow and blue.
Oh my gosh, and he's still stealing the shoes. And it looks like, see, it's just ramping up.
The shoe bandit, Becky. That's his name.
Don't mess with the shoe bandit is so confusing to me too because nobody even knows you're doing it and nobody's messing with the
Yeah.
shoe bandit.
Like if they
Which
found
is
out,
shoes.
like like of course they're going to be annoyed that he's stealing the shoes, but they're a tribe that's lost all these challenges, so can they afford to vote him out anyway? So then
They'll consider him like Russell and they'll vote him out immediately.
Yeah.
You-
Like,
yeah,
You don't
you
want to
think
be
that-
caught messing with people's stuff.
even if he's such an important like athlete for the competitions,
If you're losing, you might as well get rid of them and just kind of hold on.
cut your
Like,
losses.
so
you
the whole
said
thing
it,
with
yeah.
Annie is Annie went about it. If she was looking to upend the power structure, she went about it the wrong way. She should have got first Jeremiah on her side, right, and have Jeremiah locked in. Sorry, so she first should have got Nicole locked in on her side and say, "Hey, it looks like both of us are at the bottom. Let's try to see if we can upend it and shoot the hostage." Then try to get Jeremiah, right? Once you have Jeremiah, right, Sophie has to go with you. Otherwise, it's going to be a 3-3 tie. or
Nobody's
you
going to mess with that in the first,
Yeah.
especially in the first vote.
right? When you already know you have 3 people locked in, upend it, give a better deal, right? And she went about it the wrong way, going directly to Sophie, who she doesn't really, that we've seen, had a relationship with, that she would propose such an upending, of the tribal structure. It made no sense.
Yeah. There was no red. Oh no, Jawan was the only red drama we saw in that next time on Survivor, right? He was like, I'm gonna have to go to war with these people. I can't start a fire. He just needs to get with Matt, right? Matt's on the other tribe though.
Yeah, Matt will teach him.
I love how they cut to Matt and he just goes and a huge flame comes up and then he puts it into the main thing and it was so good. I wanted to dislike Matt because white guy dreads, come on. But
Come on.
They need to make, like, for all of his sequences, they need to have like a either Korn parody or Rage Against the Machine parody music, where it's just like heavy bass line that's kind of awkward. Just whatever.
Who's that
he
guy
does.
from Counting Crows? Like
oh yeah, I know who you mean.
Yeah, I think that's who he reminds me of. But he's gonna be a little younger than that.
I just want like his music, his wacky music, to be something like that. Just heavy bass line.
Boom, dum, 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 da, dee, ma, da, boom, dum.
Excellent. Well, I think we've probably said everything we can about this episode of Survivor. Thanks for being with us, everyone, here on this live stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and elsewhere, audio versions. Let's talk about what else we have going on out there now that we're back. Jason, tomorrow it is the 200th episode.
That's right.
Hey,
200
did you see this
episodes
one?
of Hey Did You See This One? We started. It's also our 5-year anniversary coming up in a couple weeks as well. I had some people make us some videos for it, which you'll see tomorrow night on the show. I'm going to dub over the 200th episode with me saying 5 years. So look out for that in a couple weeks. Our guest tomorrow night for the movie GoldenEye is the one, the only Jaemeel Robinson of this very show. Yeah, he's on for 200.
Excellent.
for 200. He's gonna be very annoyed when he's mid sentence and you hear a little doorbell sound effect, and then we play a 1-minute video of us of a friend of ours glazing us for our 200 episodes. But we'll try to get through it in a timely manner.
Where are they glazing you?
Just everywhere. All over. Yeah. We've been trying to shorten the shows a bit. We're not going to go 6 hours tomorrow night. It's probably going to be more like sub 3. Yeah, who do 10 hours. But yeah, I'd like to thank everybody who watches this show and has watched our show, shown support. There is a Super Kick this week. I'm the announcer for Super Kick Pro Wrestling here in Toronto. We have a show on Friday. It's called Back at It Again, and the main event is Jesse V versus Slam Campbell. Slam Campbell, of course, is a friend of mine, but also a friend of, hey, did you see this one? So it's a big week. It's a big week for the show. So yeah, thanks. And thanks for having me back. I'm going to try to actually be on like the lion's share of these episodes this season, because I like talking to you guys. And Wednesday night Survivor with my wife is a great thing. So
likewise, love having you here, Jason. Congratulations on your 200th episode.
Thank you so much.
You know, that's amazing. That's a lot of consistency, and a lot of the hours put in each one of those episodes is like 3 hours. So like,
something to live up to.
That is something. Trivial Debates. I think we're coming up on 10 years of it, and we're just about to hit 100 episodes, and that's mostly thanks to Chris Worldby Murphy, who's been keeping that program going for the last few years now.
Well, speaking of consistency, the True Currency podcast, which has recorded 3 episodes, right?
Go check it out.
The second episode, I'm sorry, it's going to be a lost episode. I'm now, after about more than 6 months, 8 months, starting to edit the 3rd episode. So that will be coming down the hatch soon.
I love this vaporware podcast you've created. I've been hearing about this since the time I've known you, and I've known you now for like a year. So.
Well, and while we were in the off season, like you might be too busy for the True Currency podcast, Jaemeel, in the short term at least, because there's some big announcements here with you two getting married in the next few months. Congratulations again, and officially here on the air.
Congrats, guys.
So that's in the works. Coming up here in my
We are not streaming our wedding.
I'm not streaming it. But we could. It's possible.
Produced by the UFP.
We'll leave that in the back pocket in case you want to rethink that.
We'll do a commentary podcast during and after. The people who go to it will have to do a podcast about it afterwards. And I'll be on it, even though I don't think I'll be at your wedding. I'll still be on the podcast to live react to the video.
It is less than a kilometer away.
It's a small wedding, folks. Small wedding.
I love the enthusiasm. I really do.
The masses are coming, and there will be a vigil outside all night long. So, congratulations again. Very exciting.
We have like an overflow. People could actually be down there, and we could see them from the glass. That's very exciting. What else we got going on in our lives here? I guess Live Long and Podcast, our Star Trek podcast, is going strong. We are back to Star Trek The Next Generation reviews. Tomorrow I'm going to be covering an episode called The Ensigns of Command, along with some other great people, including Heather Narduzzi, and we got Chris Shaggy Vasilis coming back, and World Mind Murphy as well coming back. So very excited to keep going with our Star Trek podcast. Also, we're doing For All Mankind on Monday nights. If you ever watched that show, For All Mankind, we cover those episodes there. So thanks for being with us, everyone. And we'll see you next time here on Super Mater Brothers Podcasting. We'll leave you with how about a random Survivor clip from another season? I don't know. We'll go with this one. See you next. I don't know what this is going to be, but we'll see. Have a good night, everyone.
What's great about Survivor, you might be right. It might be a 5-0 vote tonight. Yeah. You might be wrong. Yeah. You don't know. You fight until I snuff your torch. That goes for everybody.
Beam up some Star Trek content with Live Long and Podcast. A roundtable movie discussion with Hey, did you see this one? And movie reviews with Hold Up, a movie podcast. And take a peek into the darkness with Heard Noise, Must Investigate with Michael Chan. Watch us duke it out on Trivial Debates. And let's chat about TV with the Super Mater Brothers. It's all here on the United Federation of Podcasts.